Hey, what's up, y'all? And this is a Light-Bulb moment.
I'm Asania.
And I'm Deshaun.
And it's a motivational podcast.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, awesomeness. I love motivational podcasts.
Stay tuned.
Y'all check it out. Hey y'all, this is the Light-Bulb Moment podcast, and I am Deshaun. Do we still introduce ourselves? I always forget. We haven't done the podcast in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't, but you can still introduce yourself.
Oh, okay.
It was not going to hurt.
That's who I am. I'm Deshaun.
I'm Asania. What's your last name?
Patterson.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Name?
Taylor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a boring last name.
Thank you for just completely wrecking my self-confidence.
I'm sorry. It happens.
Oh, I guess I have to accept it and learn from it.
Right. But we are here to talk about Deepak Chopra's
Chopra's.
Chopra. Oh,
Chopra.
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 7 spiritual laws of success. Yeah, the 7 spiritual laws of success. And they're all very powerful and very, why are you laughing?
Because that was funny, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I was trying to hold it in, but I couldn't.
But, I liked the book. I thought it was really good. I think anybody at any age can relate to this book. It has a lot of information, but it's very practical, and it's not over your head. It's not.
It is kind of over your head, but it's
so?
deep. Okay, I think it's deep.
I think it's deep, but it's not he's still speaking a language that you can understand. You know, some people be so deep and you be lost, like, oh my God.
Some of that stuff when he start getting into spirituality and how it's the essence of the growth. Some of it can be kind of wordy, but I mean, it's a dope book. I think it's a great book for anybody who's trying to start off and really figure out where to start with their own self-development.
Yeah.
And their own spiritual growth.
Right. So it's 7 laws. Pure Potentiality. So should we say all the laws, or should we just go through the laws?
Let's just go through the laws.
Okay. So the first law is pure. I can't speak.
So before we even get into the laws, what about the book
that I like?
Did you really like? Or what did you like and what didn't you like? Let's do both sides of the spectrum.
I don't think I didn't like anything.
There was nothing that was in the book that kind of made you just go.
I mean, I feel like one law talks about, where's this law? The law of least effort. It's I get it, but I also feel like it can kind of clash with law of intentions and desire.
Okay, so before we really get into the book,
yeah,
we should kind of give them a premise of what the book is about.
Okay, so there are these 7 laws.
7 laws. 7 laws of spirituality.
Right.
These 7 laws are supposed to help guide you and help you find purpose and
success. It's called 7 spiritual laws of success.
Success.
So basically, he starts out saying that, nature, everything has a law in nature, and so does success. And people who have found success have done these 7 different things in their life to help make success happen. You can have anything in your life if you follow these 7 laws of success. Kind of what's a nature law? Water at a certain temperature is going to turn to ice. So he's almost treating it like it's this scientific type thing.
That's interesting. Yeah. I'm actually in awe.
Yeah,
because this is how I see it.
Right.
I'm taking this as your perspective because what you got from it, we got something similar.
Okay.
But I received it in a different way. But continue. That's why I'm sitting here looking at you with this goofy look in my face.
Right. So it's almost like you put in this formula for your life. And that formula has worked for success for people all throughout time. And if you use this same formula with these 7 laws, you can also have success in whatever you want to do.
So you feel like these 7 laws are given and implemented, therefore you use that to create success in your life?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay, because the way I perceived it was, and not to say that your way is wrong,
right,
this is just interesting because perception is one of the things that they covered in the book.
Right.
How we have different perceptions, and it's not my responsibility to force mine on yours, but maybe it's my responsibility to see yours and see where our intent and where we at on the same, where we're on the same page at.
Yeah, both learn from
it. But what I got from the book was that you're trying to create and find your true purpose in life through practicing these 7 laws, and through practicing these 7 laws and finding your purpose in yourself. And once you identify yourself and your purpose, because you're looking for your purpose in yourself in order to figure out how to contribute back to the betterment of humanity and society. And through practicing these spiritual laws, success is a byproduct of knowing oneself and being comfortable with oneself in general.
I can see that.
So not to actually go attain success, but through practicing these spiritual laws, success will automatically come about.
Right.
In general.
And when I say success, I'm not just talking about being rich and,
true.
having a life, but I think overall success just kind of means finding that happiness with yourself and, whatever it is you really want out of life, and as well as becoming a better person. So I think success is really whatever you think success is at the end of the day. It kind of depends on the person. Everyone has their own version of success.
I think the word success is just accomplishing whatever goal or whatever plan that you set out for yourself and actually attaining it and sticking with it until the final outcome, until whatever it is accomplished.
Right. I think success, again, I think it depends on the person, because I think success can change, because your goals can change.
Yeah, but along that journey,
right,
you're hitting certain milestones. That, for instance,
he says success. Did he say success is a journey?
It's a journey.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's a journey. Because from the perspective of an NBA player, the average person or young child just wants to go to the NBA.
Right.
Once they get to the NBA, I don't think they have really thought past or had any other goals past. But LeBron James and other players, it wasn't just going to the NBA. It was being that player.
Right.
That's why you see different calibers of players within the NBA. Because some cats just want to get that meal ticket, is their way out, and be good. Mm-hmm. They didn't need the superstardom.
Right.
So that's where their bar was. Superstardom and a couple of other things, And then LeBron James probably wanted to make it in, and once he got there, he realized that he had more stardom that he thought he would have, and he started to use that to create new goals, and he set new goals for himself as he knocks off each milestone.
Okay.
Think about it. So that's how I kind of see success is just based upon is the journey and how you finish certain stuff.
Right.
And go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say you can't always get caught up in someone else's success, and the book also talks about how you shouldn't compare your journey to someone else because
their journey is their journey.
Right. Exactly.
It's not the same. Yeah, let's run the 7 laws are, and I'm gonna run it to you. The first law is the law of pure potentiality.
Yeah.
The second law is the law of giving. The third law is the law of karma, which is the law of cause and effect. The fourth law is the law of least effort. The fifth one is the law of intention and desire. The sixth law is the law of detachment, and the final one is the law of Dharma or purpose.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Right.
And
they all intertwine.
They do. Throughout the book, you see different little things he's saying that keeps popping up, and it actually works because it makes the book flow very well. It makes everything gets understood. He kind of just reiterates certain things throughout the book. And what's your favorite law?
Ooh, the law of detachment.
Okay, why?
I have serious attachment issues.
Oh, okay.
And I'm realizing through the law of detachment, it's all as far as setting my goals and wanting to accomplish certain things, and I've created a set outcome and how I want this to happen, all the way down to the podcast.
Right.
And I think that hinders me because I can't let go of Okay, what did it say in the Law of Detachment? It was like usually you can't move forward because you are attached to something, and the only thing you can be attached to is your past. And in order to move forward, you have to let go of your past.
Right.
And your attachment to experiences that occurred in your past. And once you release that attachment that you have to it, you'll start seeing the world open up. It's almost like you can't be attached to a set path. The outcome is going to be the outcome, regardless. But being attached to how you want the outcome to happen is what you need to let go of.
Right. My favorite law is the law of giving and receiving. I don't know, I think it just makes so much sense that you have to continue to make energy flow. And he gave an example of money. Money is currency and currency is energy. And if you're stagnant, you don't
with that
grow.
Currency?
Yeah.
With that energy. Right. Like
you should never stop.
basically it's a revolving cycle.
And I'm not telling you to go out and spend all your money, but I feel like it gave me the idea that I can't just hold on to money, whether I'm like spending it to invest in it or spending it to give it to someone else for whatever reason. Everything comes back in some way, some shape,
and not even just money, but even like love, affection,
all of that, yeah.
Everything. Like if you're holding on to your love and you withholding your affection or you withholding that energy, then you're not gonna receive it, and it's gonna become stagnant. And then the part that really got me is when it becomes stagnant, it begins to decay, and decay is just eventually death.
Right.
Things decay and then they deteriorate and disappear.
Right, and I think it just the law of giving and receiving, because he says that giving is receiving.
Right.
It almost gave me permission to give more of myself in a lot of different ways, because I don't know if it's for a selfish reason, but it's almost because I know I'm gonna get it back. So why am I holding on to all this stuff? Like, let it go. Like I want to just get rid of all the stuff in my room. I do. I really want to be like a minimalist because I have a lot of clothes, but I don't have any space.
And that's the attachment.
Right, and it's like, but why am I attaching to stuff? Like, I got my high school T-shirts, and I feel like they're my high school T-shirts.
Why you attached? Because that's your past, though.
Yeah, that
and
is
you're still
past.
living, so you're not allowing your future to prosper and blossom because you're still holding on to that moment, that feeling that came from your past. That's why I'm so stuck to the law of detachment. Because think about how many people you know that get caught up in some kind of past memory that was their heyday.
I know.
And they never get out of that, so they can never move forward and experience everything that life has to offer as far as the abundance. Right, because they're still caught in that one moment, that one heyday. And the biggest thing about the law of giving and receiving that got me is the statement he said, anytime you go to see someone or you visit someone, you should always bring something. You should always be bringing a gift, not necessarily something monetary, but like maybe a book, a card. Maybe you bring some food. Maybe you bring yourself a poem,
a compliment,
a positive mind state that you want to spread to everybody. Like bring something to the table when you go to visit that person.
Right. You should always be giving.
You shouldn't be going there expecting to get something from somebody. And also when it said like because they asked the question, this is a common question, but most people don't look at how deep it is. Would you do whatever you're doing right now for employment if no money was involved?
I damn sure wouldn't be serving tables.
See, right. So that means that's not your passion. That's not what you love. Right. And I know you recognize that, but I'm just saying, for most people, would you still be doing that? And if so, then why are you, if you're not doing it for the money, then what are you doing it for, and what are you trying to give back and contribute? You know what I'm saying? I asked my mom that, she's a teacher, and she was like, yeah, I'll probably still be teaching. I was like, then that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be educating people.
But I will say this, the law of giving and receiving gave me the mindset of when I'm serving, I'm giving you something, and I know I'm going to get something back for it. It gave me that mindset. Like, I feel like I go to a table, and I'm giving myself. Like, that is what I'm giving you, this service. I'm like, I'm giving you my service. It made it. And it's like, I know I'm getting something back in return, whether it's from you or whether it's from another table. I'm going to get whatever I'm giving. The definition of the law is everything in the universe operates through dynamic exchange. So it's like, I'm giving it to you. I don't know how it's going to come back, but I already know it's going to come back because it's a law.
Right. because I'm putting that energy out there. And here's the crazy part is now you're using the law, intention, and desire, because now you're doing this with a set mind frame and a certain kind of intent.
Right.
So by you putting it out there, you're not attached to how it's going to happen. But you know it's going to happen, and you're setting yourself up for whatever path is required to take in order for it to happen.
Right. And
you're preparing yourself.
Exactly.
But you're doing with a specific intent because you know that, okay, I'm doing this, I'm giving love, I'm showing love to you, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. And this is the energy that I'm putting out there. You may not reciprocate this love and give it back to me in the form of a monetary tip. And here's the thing, we got to get past this. As servers, we got to get past the money.
Else. You may give me some
information,
my life.
some energies. Right. Yeah. You might actually uplift my spirits because I was in a bad mood.
Right.
Move past with the idea of... Right, the idea of that it should have been in a monetary form of a set amount of tip.
Right. Law of intention and desire. It says that everything is energy, so be intentional. And I like how, like I said earlier, all the laws kind of intertwine with each other. Because that's also law of detachment is in there too, if you think about it. Because I shouldn't be attached to what I'm going to get at the end, the tip I'm going to get at the end. Right. I'm more so about the experience. I'm enjoying.
You should be living in that moment and serving that table.
Exactly.
Of making that connection with that table, because even though you bring them food, you still are there to make that connection, and that's every form of the service industry. That's every industry. It's not just restaurants. It's if you work in department stores, if you work at a food chain restaurant. When you encounter these people, you actually are spreading. You passing that infectious energy off. So you should be caught up in the moment of the people that you're interacting, because you never know what this person is going to give you back in return. Or let's say the person behind them saw how great you were to the last person, so they decide to take care of you. Like, you just never know.
And law of karma is in there too. All the laws intertwine.
Yeah.
Nice too. You get something different from each law, but they all are meant to kind of all go together and kind of shape.
Because by the end of the book, he shows you how they all interact, and then you just sitting there like, man, this is crazy.
Because the last law is Law of Dharma, and that's the law about finding your purpose in life. Do you know what your purpose is?
No.
Purpose. I feel like I know. I really do feel like I know what my purpose is. I do. I really do. I feel like I know. I ain't gonna say it.
I'm wrong. I'm getting closer.
Right.
I'm not completely in the dark. Before I was in the dark, because I knew I was supposed to be doing something greater in life than what I was doing. I just didn't know how I was supposed to be doing and accomplishing this. And now I'm opening my mind up to different paths and different approaches to affecting people around me.
Right. So,
like, for instance, the service industry. I never thought how that opens me up to being comfortable with dealing with people that I don't know, or who I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Some random people. You meet a different person every day that we work, which allows me to come in contact and potentially influence someone on a daily basis, and spread whatever positive ideals I had. I met this young man the other day in the restaurant, and his parents were so, literally fed into what he was saying in the last chapter of the Law of Dharma, of knowing your purpose and knowing what you are here to do. And dude was 15, and he had been doing race car driving, circuit driving for 11 years, since he was 4.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, yo, so your parents allowed you to figure out what you like doing, what it is, and what your purpose is in this world from the age of 4 years old. They never deterred you or discouraged you from trying to attain this or accomplish this goal. And he was like, yeah, I guess so.
I know, right?
Because he had never thought about it, because, I'm having a good time. And his parents was like, yeah, we never saw it like that. I was like, so you don't realize the kind of advantage you have right now, because all your success that is coming about is because your parents have allowed you to figure out who you are and what your purpose is and your passion is in life.
Right. But passion and purpose is different.
Yeah, passion and purpose is different. You figure out what your passion is, and you figure out what your passion is through figuring out your passion. You figure out, then you can apply your passion to your purpose.
Right, because I feel like you can have more than one passion.
Yeah, most definitely.
But I don't know if you can have more than one purpose. Can you have more than one purpose?
But your different facets or your different forms of passion It's like a bottleneck.
Right.
Let's say these are all the different lanes.
Right.
One passion is 75, another passion is 400, the other passion is 85. But they all still lead to one purpose. Eventually,
I feel like purpose is like your thesis statement of life. Like that is like your.
That is what your definitive. That's what you're here to do. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Right.
All our purposes are the same.
Are the same?
To a degree. Because at the end of the day, your main purpose of being here is to contribute to the well-being.
I wouldn't say they're the exact same, but...
The approach to your purpose is different, but the end game is we're supposed to figure out what it is that we contribute back to.
Right, but we can't all give the same thing.
Nah.
Yeah, so... But yeah. Oh, that was...
So the way we give it back is not going to be the same.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, purpose and passion.
It's deep as hell, man.
It is. This
book is deep.
To me, it's a deep that's very understandable.
I had to listen to it 3 times.
And you can learn from it every single time you listen to it.
Yes.
And you always be like, ooh, wow, ooh, wow.
You see something that you need to work on.
Right. Yeah, like a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And it's deep, but it's also, if you were to try to do all these things, you would see where the work is. It's definitely something that you can take and really do some self-work with.
Yeah, because the biggest thing is when doing this work is more about changing your mind frame and the way you view things. It's basically changing your conditioning.
Right, and it...
Because we've all been conditioned to respond to certain things a certain way based upon our life experiences.
Right, they got meditation in there.
Right.
All these books be having meditation.
But meditation, and I'm learning that meditation is the common denominator between each one of them. Like it's the common, that's like the thing to do to kind of regain focus.
Right.
And it's funny because we all like to sleep on it, or we find excuses behind the reason why we can't, and that's our own fear of the unknown. Like, don't fear the unknown. Because remember, it said, like, we get caught up in our past because the past is the only thing that's known. So we get stuck in that, and our ability to find the ability to find comfort in the unknown is so powerful. Because fear dictates everything that we're doing. And fear is just your inability to find comfort in what potentially, like,
Right.
Without saying the unknown again, but the unknown.
Right, we like what's familiar.
What's familiar,
yeah.
Right. And the only thing that's familiar is our past.
That's true. That's very true.
Because things are constantly changing. Change is inevitable.
Right.
Nothing's going to be the same.
We have to have courage to go.
So you have to have courage to embrace. And if you embrace it, and if you embrace everything with that level of courage, and even the negative or the bad or the crazy situations, if you embrace them, because that was one of the most profound things he said, embrace those crazy or those negative situations with the outlook of, here is something or experience that is presented to me so I can learn something. Right. That I can grow from. It help you evolve
and grow.
And grow, because you're going to constantly be faced. Come on, how many books have we listened to or read where they say you're going to be faced you're going to be faced with obstacles?
Right.
That's the law of Buddhism. Buddhism is we're here to suffer. We're here to suffer and experience pain, and through the suffering and the experience of pain and chaos and so on and so forth, you grow from them, and you have to release your own ego and internal ids to really see the overall picture. Right. Most of us feel the pain, get the situation, internalize it, take it personal, make it solely about us, but don't look at the big picture and don't look at the situation and figure, like, even the matters of love, the person hurts our feelings, but we never go back and look at all the positive things that individual could have potentially taught us.
And that's potentially, that's kind of the law of potential. Of the core of your being is pure awareness. And I like one thing he said your ego isn't who you really are, it's your social mask.
Yeah.
And everyone has an ego.
Yes.
Every single person on this
because you're looking for acceptance. You're looking for eternal acceptance. Most of us look for internal acceptance because we don't really identify ourselves and figure out who we are, which goes back to figuring out your purpose.
Right.
The law of Dharma. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally a 360.
Right. It is. The book has a lot of 360s. Like, That's why I think it's a good book, because it's reiterating things over and over again.
Right.
And it's still giving you more information in every law, but it's still, everything is kind of building. And then the climax is like Dharma, your purpose. So, well, it's a really good book. I liked it. It's a good listen.
It made me reflect.
You should go,
internally, like big time.
Right.
Big time. Invest a lot of time, and through meditation is where you find time to do the introspective stuff that you need in order to identify where you at, who you are, how you feeling, and you know what I'm saying, what you need to focus on, the things that are occurring in life that you may need to change. Stop being so defensive, like stop judging, like try to go at least an hour or two without judging somebody. Like you don't realize how many people around you judge.
And judging is when you say something good or bad.
Right.
I said it like I'm y'all.
Right.
But that's judging too.
Right, when it's based upon your own opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I love when he was talking about being silent. Like
son,
for a whole day. That's crazy.
Because within that silence, you're able to observe.
Right.
And identify and be aware.
It's crazy. When he talked about being silent for like a day or 2 days, I just thought about all of everything in my mind just like running towards
your
my mouth.
Your conscious and subconscious mind.
On the door, like, ah!
Right. Because within the silence, you eventually learn how to silence yourself and your conscious mind and even your subconscious mind and just be able to hear what you need to hear.
And
let
nature.
the thoughts flow through. Ooh, that was the biggest one. That was the biggest thing. Because we don't let stuff just happen the way it's supposed to.
Right.
Within nature, the plant doesn't say, yo, I need to do photosynthesis. It just does photosynthesis.
Right.
Really say like the water, the rain doesn't, the sky doesn't say it needs to,
Oh, and that relates to least effort. Nature intelligence functions with effortless ease and abandon carefreeness. Okay. See, everything just kind of like...
Yeah, and it's crazy because we see them people who are like, yeah, I'm just letting life be and letting it flow. The only problem is they still have to do that with intent.
Right, exactly.
You can't just be, can't be oblivious and be like, I'm going to be like the sky and whatever is going to happen and manifest. No, you still have to do it with intent. You have to know what you're trying to accomplish.
You can't be
what you're trying to do. Right.
False spiritual.
So... I mean, man, this was one of the deepest ones. Like, this really makes me want to go deeper into.
And it's like you can read it.
The world of Deepak Chopra.
Y'all, it's on YouTube.
You can listen to it. It's an hour and a half.
Like an hour and a half. You can listen to it like once a week. I kid you not, and you will get something new from it every single time. Like I'm gonna listen to it today.
Yeah, I think really you should spend 30 minutes out of your day. Like several times, just listen to it as soon as you wake up as much as possible, because it has a few chants and a few positive affirmations, a few lines that are in the book that they recommend you repeating to yourself when you start, and not being sold on a final outcome of how your day is supposed to go. So like when you get to work, you mad, you know what I'm saying? For example of being a server, when you get to work, you don't look and say, man, this is the section I'm in?
Right.
I ain't gonna make no money. Because as soon as you say that, you put that in the universe. And that was your intent. And that's your thought process. And then that's the karmatic energy that you're putting out there. So then that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna transpire. Right. And then it's gonna be a domino effect. Everything else around you is gonna start affecting you and keeping you from being able to make that money, because you already put it out there. When you see that section, you're like, all right, this is my section. We're gonna rock this out today. This is a good space, and I'm gonna get what I'm supposed to get.
Right, because even if you don't get money, you might get something else.
Your first 10 tables may not give you what you're trying to get financially. But as long as you're giving that energy out and you're being positive, the universe is still gonna supply you what you need. Exactly. Before you start it off, and you start your day, you should have a specific idea in mind of what you want to what you want the outcome the final outcome to be. Not about how it's gonna go, but what you want it to be. So I'll need $1,000 by the end of this weekend. You're not gonna trip on the path that's taken to get to the 1,000, because you know exactly what you need and you know what tool you're gonna use to get it. Just go do it at this point, and then it'll come to you. Right. Be patient.
That's what's up.
How much time we got?
We are at.
We had 38 minutes or 28 minutes?
28.
Oh, man, yeah, we right on time then, huh?
So, yeah, but I enjoyed the book. Make sure y'all listen to it. It's a quick listen, and it's an easy listen. It's a free listen, too, right here on YouTube.
It is.
But make sure y'all subscribe to us, too, and listen to us. So.
The Light-Bulb Moment Podcast,
Light
baby.
Bulb Moment.
LBM, baby. You know what I'm saying?
And on that note...
What's good? Oh, you know what we ain't did in a minute?
What?
You know what we ain't did in a minute?
Light-Bulb moment?
What is your Light-Bulb moment?
The first... I would give my first Light-Bulb moment of the book.
Okay, you give a light bulb moment of the book, and then give a light bulb moment that has occurred in life from you reading the book.
The light bulb moment in the book, that the biggest one was giving, because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I shouldn't give. I already am a giver in a way anyway, and I do recognize the blessings that I get. I mean, I see them, per se, but I know that I'm blessed, and I know that I give. But I feel like sometimes there's still a barrier in the way of me truly giving all of myself to something. So I felt like that law gave me the permission to give even more, because I want to get even more back. The more you give, the more you receive. And not just with money, but just with all kind of things. So that was my light bulb moment from the book. But I got two light bulb moments.
Have you had has there been a moment since you read the book? Because we read this like maybe 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Since you read the book the first time, where you looked at experience in your life and you were like, "Oh snap!"
Yes. What happened? It happened somewhere. It was like Law of Detachment. Okay, so I do music, and I feel like what I'm going through right now with music has a lot to do with Law of Detachment. And a lot of things in this book I have kind of heard before, but it's good to kind of get, when
you apply it.
Yeah, when you apply it and reaffirmations of things. So lately in my life, with a lot of what I'm going through, I still have goals and stuff like that, but I'm trying to really separate myself from the end result and more so enjoy the moment. Like, I'm ready to just go somewhere and just enjoy what I'm doing and be good and stop worrying about whatever I worry about, whether it's people judging me, whether it's what's going to happen in the end, whether people talking about this, I look like that. I'm just ready to really almost just be naked.
Just be yourself 100%, be able to do and apply.
And I feel like it has a lot to do with walking in your truth and passion and the Dharma law and purpose. And I feel like in order to truly get there, you have to kind of be naked and I feel like I'm all over the place, but not be all judgmental, because you're judgmental on yourself first. I know what I am with my music. And I'm just trying to get to that free space where I can do whatever I want to do and be as creative as I want to be and not be anything what people expect. Just be really free and running the wild naked. I just look at it like
he's going over the tangent. You go to a nudist colony, B. You're a nude,
but not naked for real, but like naked as in, I have nothing to hide. I look at it as I'm going into this room in my mind that's big and white and open, and
be the artist
room,
and be the artist that you want to be.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Woo, that was long.
That was long. That was long.
Because it's deep, okay? That part was deep.
That was, yeah. He was having a moment, man. He was about to catch the Holy Ghost. I was about to tap you in your forehead real quick. Like, we're already on the sofa. That's what's up. I think my light bulb moment that I had that in life from the book was just acknowledging how not to be defensive when somebody's expressing their opinion, and not let critiques or opinions of me overwhelm me and take over how I feel or who I am as an individual, and be able to take that criticism and be flexible with it. You know what I'm saying? Be able to bend with that energy and really take it in and absorb it, instead of just saying, you finding something wrong, or why you finding fault in me.
Right.
And I didn't realize I did it until I read this book, and then it came up in a conversation that I was having with somebody, and it was just like, oh snap, yeah, I gotta fix that. I gotta work on that. Right. So, but yeah, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad we did this one, man. I can't wait for the next chapter to or the next book we do by Deepak, man.
Yeah,
It's a deep ass cat. But thank y'all for listening, man. Return. This is Asania. You can catch me at my Instagram, AwesomeNia17, AwesomeNia Baby on Instagram, Facebook, Asania Taylor, Snapchat, AwesomeNia17, HNIC. That's about it.
LBM Podcast.
LBM Podcast.
Deshanduron, DESHAUNDURON. And until then,
peace.